Are you willing to go international with me and do some coaching? Well, you're in the right place, so let's connect. Well, hello, everybody, and thank you for taking the time to visit with me at the Connect podcast with Mel Capers. I'm your host, Mel Capers. Oh my, it's been a whirlwind 2023. I must tell you, I've been on the road and doing great things, and I want to share it with you in this episode. But before I go, let me just take a moment and give thanks to my great Creator for allowing me just one more opportunity to do His will on this side of heaven. I also want to take this time to thank my friends who have been with me from day one. Yes, indeed, my good friends Kevin and Tasha White. They are co-founders, co-owners of Vanguardian Global. I am telling you, these young folks are making a difference in the entire United States. They're traveling around doing great things. Please go by their website. Check them out, vanguardianglobal.com. Find out what the next event is going to be and where it's going to be, and lock them in, because you will not regret it. Vanguardian Global, my good friends, Kevin and Tasha White. I also want to send a big shout out to a great friend. She is Sonia Pinckney Rose, founder and owner of J.M. Pinckney Publishing, doing amazing things. And I'm telling you, she is so amazing. I decided to get my book published through the J.M. Pinckney Publishing. And I want to invite you to go out to Amazon and check out my book. It's called Coaching Through Breakthroughs, Transitioning from Barriers to New Heights. There it is. Please go out to Amazon and check it out. I tell you what, I had fun writing it, and many people have been coming back telling me they had fun reading it. And you need to go check it out. Coaching Through Breakthroughs, my first book. Go do it. I also want to send a great shout out to a great friend who's been there every step of the way from day one. She is Renalda Sullivan, founder and CEO of Dream Differently. She also has been on the road doing amazing things, doing keynote speaking all over the place. You need to catch her because she's got a lot going on and she can help you get to the next level as well. She is Renalda Sullivan. Please go by her website at renaldasullivan.com. Find out what's going on with Dream Differently, and your life will never be the same. Well, it's been a while. Yes, it has been. But I tell you what, I have not been unbusy. I've been very busy doing lots of things and been called on to do quite a few keynote speaking events around the world. I've been traveling quite a bit, and this episode, what I want to do with you is I want to share with you some of the things that I've been involved with, and I got to tell you, whew, and it hasn't stopped, and the train is still moving. We got some things coming up ahead of us. We want you to be a part of it. I just want to bring you in and let you know what's going on, because we are almost through 2023, and it has indeed been a year. So let's talk about where I've been and where I'm going, and let's do it in our next episode. Well, here we are in our first segment, and it's a segment that I am going to just kind of let it roll by itself. I've got some real good clips and videos and interviews and so many different things. And let me tell you how I got to that point. I was invited on a Southeast Asia trip by a wonderful person by the name of Karen Robinson. You need to go check her out. Find her on the web. She is I am Karen Robinson or KarenRobinson.com. She is doing incredible work, and she's got this company, and it's called Known819. So she invited me to be a part of the Known819 and travel with her to Southeast Asia. And she said, this is the way you make yourself known. And I had a blast going in Southeast Asia, doing so many different things. And so that's what this episode is all about, is my travels overseas in Southeast Asia. It was something else. It's hard to explain how it really is. It's hard to explain. It's almost like going on a vacation and you come back and you show the pictures to your family and friends, but they will never get the essence of the actual visit. Just like I can come back and tell you about the visit, but what you really need to do is please go online, look her up, Karen Robinson, Known819. She'll be able to tell you more, and actually she will book you on one of her international trips or here in America, and you will become known by making sure that you have the video footage and the opportunity to get yourself in front of a camera so that you can become known. She's Karen Robinson, and her company is called Known819. So check her out. So let's take a look at what I've been doing over the last few months with the Known819 crew. Had a good time? I want to share it with you, and that's what we're going to do right now. Two amazing things happened to me in the last 48 hours. I just released my book, Coaching Through Breakthroughs, Transitioning from Barriers to New Heights. The second thing is, I'm in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Would you believe that? Thank you, God. In Cambodia and Phnom Penh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get on the stage to talk leadership. Capers Coaching and Consulting is here. We are ready to change the world. I'm having a great time. Let's see, tomorrow I think I'm at the New Life Fellowship Church, and I'll be teaching there. And soon I'll be at Aligo. This has been an amazing trip so far. I'm looking forward to doing great things because I'm in the great country of Cambodia. You know, there's one thing I've learned, and I teach this all the time. To dream is free of charge. It costs you absolutely nothing. I believe everyone should have a dream. The real question is, what is your dream? What is it? You gotta have one. is an honor to be here, Mr. Bora, and your beautiful family. Thank you. I have 3 daughters and a long story that is my life.
ខ្ញុំមានកូនស្រី3នាក់ហើយក្រោយសាច់រឿងនៃជីវិតរបស់ខ្ញុំគឺរាប់មិនអស់ទេវែងឡាយ
I wanted my daughters to learn from their dad
ខ្ញុំចង់ឲ្យកូនស្រីរបស់ខ្ញុំទាំងអស់គ្នារៀនពីខ្សែជីវិតរបស់ឪពុករបស់គាត់
that they too can be an author like I am.
តែខ្ញុំចង់ឲ្យគាត់ដឹងថាពួកគាត់ទាំងអស់គ្នាក៏អាចក្លាយជាអ្នកនិពន្ធសៀវភៅដូចជាឪពុកគាត់ដែរ
My life story is just a little bit in here.
សាច់រឿងរបស់ខ្ញុំនៅក្នុងជីវិតរបស់ខ្ញុំគឺមាននៅក្នុងសៀវភៅនេះខ្លះៗ
But it is in this book.
ហើយក៏មាននៅក្នុងសៀវភៅមានន័យថាជីវិតរបស់ខ្ញុំខ្លះៗនឹងមាននៅក្នុងសៀវភៅទាំងអស់
I've been in the U.S. Air Force and the federal government for the U.S. for about 40 years.
ខ្ញុំធ្វើការនៅក្នុងជួររដ្ឋាភិបាលនៅក្នុងប្រទេសអាមេរិកនិងជួរកងទ័ពនៅក្នុងប្រទេសអាមេរិកអស់រយៈពេលប្រហែលជា40ឆ្នាំជាប់គ្នាហើយ
I've written leadership curriculum and I've taught leadership curriculum.
មិនត្រឹមតែប៉ុណ្ណោះគឺខ្ញុំសរសេរមេរៀនសម្រាប់ភាពជាអ្នកដឹកនាំហើយនឹងបង្រៀនភាពជាអ្នកដឹកនាំ
And I realized that I've never written anything down about me.
ហើយខ្ញុំក៏ចាប់ផ្ដើមទទួលស្គាល់ថាខ្ញុំដូចជាអត់ទាន់បានសរសេរអ្វីដែលស្ដែងចេញអំពីជីវិតខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់នៅឡើយ
So I did a small book about me so that my daughters will know they should write about themselves as well.
ខ្ញុំក៏បានសម្រេចចិត្តសរសេរអំពីសាច់រឿងខ្លួនឯងនៅក្នុងសៀវភៅដ៏តូចមួយនេះដើម្បីឲ្យកូនស្រីរបស់ខ្ញុំគាត់មានបទពិសោធន៍និងដឹងថាគាត់តក៏អាចសរសេរអំពីខ្លួនឯងគាត់
I thank you again. It's a pleasure.
អរគុណមែនទែនសម្រាប់ការអនុញ្ញាតឲ្យ
I am so honored to be here today with Mr. Bora. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us.
ចាខ្ញុំមានកិត្តិយសមែនទែនដែលមានវត្តមាននៅទីនេះជាមួយនឹងលោកគ្រូអំសេនបូរ៉ាហើយអរគុណមែនទែននៅក្នុងការដែលអនុញ្ញាតឲ្យខ្ញុំមកទីនេះ
I want to jump right into it. What inspired you to start the CEO Master Club?
ខ្ញុំចង់លោតចូលទៅក្នុងសំណួររបស់ខ្ញុំតែម្ដងពីព្រោះខ្ញុំរំភើបមែនទែនថាតើហេតុអ្វីបានធ្វើឲ្យលោកគ្រូអំសេនបូរ៉ាបានបង្កើត CEO Master Club នេះចេញមក
បាទជាដំបូងគឺសូមអរគុណលោក Elvin ដែលបានឆ្លៀតឱកាសប្រកកិត្តិយសមកសួរនាំសម្ភាសខ្ញុំហើយអរគុណភាពដែលបានជួយបកប្រែដែរ
ចា So the first of all I just would love to say thank you so much for Mr. Elvin and also thank you for translation support that take your time to come here and interview me today
តើតើទៅនឹងមូលហេតុនៃការបង្កើត CEO Master Club នេះគឺបានកើតឡើងជាច្រើនឆ្នាំត្រឡប់ថយក្រោយទៅវិញ
So many years ago I was born in the poor family and because of my country Cambodia was a poor country before so this is the reason why that inspired me to open and create this CEO Master Club ដោយសារតែការរស់នៅក្នុងភាពក្រីក្រ Because of living in the poor period is very hard and I want my country been known to other country around the world as well and I would love my people living in the conditions that enough for living and to be rich in their future as well ដែលមានការអភិវឌ្ឍដែរ
Last question.
អរចាមែនតើ
What inspired you to write your book?
ថាតើអ្វីទៅដែលជំរុញទឹកចិត្តឲ្យលោកគ្រូសរសេរសៀវភៅនេះឡើង
អរគុណ Melvin again តើតើទៅនឹងសៀវភៅនេះតាមពិតទៅគឺវាជាចំណេះដឹងមួយដែលខ្ញុំបានប្រមូលផ្ដុំនៅគន្លឹះសំខាន់ដែលខ្ញុំបានដឹកនាំជីវិតរបស់ខ្ញុំតាំងពីនៅក្នុងភាពក្រីក្ររហូតដល់អាចលូតលាស់ទៅជាថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំទៅជាប្រធានក្រុមហ៊ុនរហូតដល់ទៅជាសហគ្រិន
Actually this is very great question all the tip in this book is my own experiences from my background as a poor living in the poor area into the time that I become a leader I become an entrepreneur and also become a teacher
ខ្ញុំជឿជាក់ថាគ្រប់គ្នាទាំងអស់រីចម្រើនដោយសារតែការគិត
And I believe with no doubt that everybody all over the world get more in their life because of the way that they thinking.
ចឹងចុងក្រោយគឺនេះបង្ហាញអំពីផ្លូវទៅរកភាពរីកចម្រើនក្នុងនាមជាអ្នកធ្វើការ
So last but not least, this book is helping all the staff that are working under the company or institute that what they want to be get succeed in their life and get promoted.
អរគុណច្រើន
Thank you.
It's a great book. Fantastic. Congratulations to you and your entire family for all being authors. Wonderful.
អរគុណមែនតើហើយនេះគឺជាសិភៅដ៏ល្អហើយអរគុណសម្រាប់ការដែលក្រុមគ្រួសារលោកគ្រូទាំងមូលបានសរសេរសិភៅអរគុណ
Thank you
And we'll see you the next time.
ចាជួបបងប្អូនម្ដងទៀតនៅពេលក្រោយ
Introducing one of the most sought-after leadership experts in the world. International speaker, communications expert, author, and world changer, Mr. Melvin Capers. Melvin Capers is making a difference in America and around the world, building leaders, changing lives, and impacting nations.
Welcome everyone. Today we have Mr. Melvin Capers with us today. How are you?
I'm doing fine. It's so good to be here.
It's great to have you. So he is an author, CEO and founder of Capers Consulting. So, Mr. Melvin, Capers Consulting is here in Southeast Asia. What has brought you on this trip?
It's an amazing trip, first of all. It's just been, every day of this trip has been absolutely amazing. I got invited here by an incredible lady by the name of Karen Robinson from Known819. I got a chance to come over and speak to the CEO's Master Club as well as the legal staff and do a little leadership training. It has been remarkable.
Wonderful. Okay, well, you are here now, so I've heard you talk about, and in your book, you've talked about having the right people around you. You refer to them as your dream team. So who's your dream team?
Well, you know, I got to talk to you real quickly about the dream team because it's important to have the right people around you. If you want to be successful, you've got to have the right people around you. And I call it the dream team. I wrote it in my book about having a dream team. I actually talk about having a mastermind group, and that's a dream team. For my dream team, I always ask people, by the way, I have a podcast, and on my podcast, I ask my guests, if you had 5 people to put on your dream team, who would the 5 people be?
Right.
So my dream team, the 5 that I would put on my dream team, and this is interesting because the first name is Jesus. Because I can't go wrong.
No.
I can't go wrong with Jesus on my dream team. Right? Now, after Jesus, in case he's sleeping, but it'll be okay. But the other 4 members would include, believe it or not, Martin Luther King Jr. It's very much inspired by Martin Luther King Jr. and his I Have a Dream speech. And I always think to myself that the reason why I'm here today in Southeast Asia is because Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. And he told America that I have a dream, that one day that we will all be free. And I'm here in Southeast Asia because of that dream. So I would put Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on that team. Have to put President Barack Obama on that team as well. I mean, come on. First of all, the guy is a year younger than me. So I feel that he represents my era. And just to see an African American as a president, I never thought I would see it in my lifetime. So I would have Jesus, can't go wrong.
Right.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I would also have Barack Obama. And believe it or not, and it took me a long time to get to this point, but I think my 4th person would be my father. And my father's name is Joseph Capers. And the reason why I say my father is because for most of my life, I always thought to myself, I do not want to be like my father.
Really?
There is no way I can be like my father because he worked us hard. And I wrote it in my book too about my father. But much of what I do today in my company mirrors what my father did in his time.
Really?
And it's amazing. I believe I am who I am because of the fact that my father did the things he did when I was growing up, which I hated. But I did, and I am doing it right now. And the 5th person that I would have on my team, his name is John Ross.
Okay.
John Ross is a man from Montana, he looks like the Marlboro Man. Now, most of you probably don't know who the Marlboro Man is, but back in the old days, they used to have cigarette commercials. And he was a rancher. He had white hair, white facial hair, a bald head. He stood about 6'3". And he was a white man, and he had the voice like Barry White.
Okay.
Every time he talked, it was like the voice of God. But that's not why he's on my team. He's on my team because of the fact that he gave me opportunities to grow as an individual and as a leader. So much so that when he retired, I became the acting director from the time he left until they hired a new director in my organization.
Really?
So he mentored me and prepared me to fit his shoes when he retired. And so those would be my 5. Jesus, it would be Martin Luther King Jr., Barack Obama, my father, and John Ross. That's my dream team.
Your dream team. Okay, so you have 5 dream team members. So you also talk about, in your book, you write about the 4 pillars that form the foundation of your company. So what are those 4 pillars?
4 pillars that form the foundation of my company, Capers Consulting. The first pillar is coaching.
Okay.
I learned a long time ago that I am a coach. That's what I do. I help people find that innermost victory that they have, that they never thought they had in them. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. And when I served in the Air Force, United States Air Force, I coached so many different people. I thought I was a mentor, but I was coaching them, helping them reach the next level of excellence. So coaching is one of my first pillars. The second pillar I love, and you probably can tell by the way you hear me talk, is speaking. I love to prepare people to learn how to speak before an audience. I've done a few webinars on speaking before an audience of 5 or 500. I've got a great story I got to tell you in about maybe 30 seconds or less. And here's how it goes. I was on a vacation one time. This is in my book as well. I was on vacation one time in Hawaii. And I had a gentleman walk up behind me and tap me on the shoulder and say, "Sir, I don't mean to bother you." And I'm thinking, who in Hawaii would know me?
Right.
Do I owe this guy any money? I mean, first of all, the first question I asked, who are you? And when he got my attention, I said, yes. He said, I need to ask you, were you in the Air Force? And I said, yes, I was. He said, were you an instructor? I said, yes, I was. You're not going to believe this. You were my instructor in 1997.
Wow.
And you changed my life. You made me become one of the best communicators in my organization. I'm in the middle of the Pacific, and here's a gentleman tapping me on the shoulder saying I was his instructor.
Wow.
Just made me glow. It made me feel so good to know that I made a difference in this gentleman's life. And his wife was there, and his wife confirmed that. And she said, he's telling you the truth. He has become a better person in his organization and the #1 communicator in his organization. I said, well, where does he work? He said he works at the MITRE Corporation. But here's how God really works. I said, really, where in America at MITRE do you work? He said, in Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C., where I live.
Next door.
Here I am in Hawaii, and this is how he met me. So speaking is the second pillar. The third pillar is just doing training. I love to develop training and do training, create work that didn't exist to help people make it to the next level. So training is my third pillar. And my fourth pillar is I like to get in touch with everyone I can. So I do online courses all over the place. I do online courses, and it's leadership courses and mentoring courses. So I do in-person training, webinars, seminars, and I also do online courses. And I try to put the whole package together. But those are my 4 pillars. That's what makes up Capers Coaching and Consulting. Everything is in my book.
Yeah.
And it's on Amazon now, too. So if you want a copy of my book, please go. Let me show you. This is my book.
Coaching Through Breakthroughs.
I'm proud of my book because everything I do now is in my book. And it's available on Amazon. And I tell you what, I love who I am and what I do, and especially when I go to places like a gas station in Florida and people are standing there staring at me and said, I know you. You were my instructor. That was back in the 90s.
Wow.
I love what I do and the impact that I have had on so many people. And I will continue to help people get to the next level of their excellence.
Wow, well, I love that. Well, everyone, Melvin Capers, I think you can leave something here today with our audience. If you want to say something, what would you say?
I would say this. You know, we are 100% of our capacity today, which leaves us with so much opportunities for tomorrow. Never think that you're the best that you possibly can be because you're still alive. As long as you can breathe, there is a better place that you can be. There's a higher level that you can go. Never think that you're not capable enough to getting to the next level. I love to go on that journey with you to get to the next level. That's what I'm all about, partnering with you to get to the next level of excellence.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Melvin. It was wonderful to have you today.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be here. Well, let me tell you real quickly what's coming up for me, what's on the horizon for me. I've got some keynote engagements around the country, and also I've been invited back overseas, so I'll be doing some keynote and some strategic planning on some things that we are working on for 2024 and beyond. Quite busy, but it's a great thing. Capers Consulting is going to be all over the world, and we're expanding and getting bigger and bigger, but don't fret. I will not forget about the podcast. Connect Podcast will be with you from now until the end of time. I'm going to tell you, listen, if you want to get in touch with me, please go by my website. Go by my website at melvincapers.com. You can set up some time where we can talk and figure out what I can help you with and how I can help you and how we can partner. You can also find my other social media on my website. Go to my contact page by going to melvincapers.com. I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, what used to be called Twitter. I believe it's called X now, and LinkedIn. So please go by my website, melvincapers.com. Check my contact page out, and you can get in touch with me in any way that you'd like. And you can also give me a call at 1-877-228-0011. Again, my direct line is 1-877-228-0011. Can't wait to hear from you, so please contact me. Listen, it has been a ball, y'all. I just wanted to share some things with you to let you know what's been going on with me and what's coming up ahead. I'm going to be in your neck of the woods soon. I can guarantee you that. And if not, we can connect all the time right here on the podcast. And I got to tell you, all the time that I say I'm going to connect with you, the one thing I appreciate more than anything is that I am anxiously awaiting to see you the next time.
We'd love for you to subscribe to our podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So please like, share, subscribe, and leave a review. You can also find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn at Mel Capers Coaching. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.